Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Hall. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now the Purdue man. This is a keen punt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
That's fine. Yeah. Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Three and a half to go, first quarter. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action now. Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They go play action. Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Lucky 50. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow. Left, 50. Ready? Bingo. Go ahead.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to launch this thing into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Over. Hey. Yeah, Liz. Wide left.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Got it. Hurry up. Over.
Rodgers to throw on second down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Inside. Strong right. Hey, check 26. Get it.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end Graham. Packer first down.
Here we go. 58.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
We are going. Hey, Mike. Hey. We are going.
Here we go. Check it, boys. Check it, go.
Strong right.
Check. Watch the 4.
That's fine, yeah.
On second down, Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
And Anthony Barr just has it all as far as I'm concerned in terms of physique, athletic ability, and now he's versatile as well. When he came out of UCLA, he'd played outside linebacker, but also down defensive end. The Vikings can utilize those same sort of skills.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Hey, check 26. We are going. Gun.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yeah, baby.
Here we go, any energy. Hey, Ringo, 48.
On second down, Cook. And some room to work. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, who is this guy? He's special. And he said, dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Cousins now to throw on first down. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A first down throw for Cousins. Being chased out left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Cook following the penalty. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Now that's a gain of 6 on the first down run. Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL, just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of runs that will be big time in 2018. Because in 2017, he took over the starting running back job as a rookie and was off to a terrific start. In fact, if you ask people in the Minnesota Vikings organization, they were giddy at the fact that they were able to get him outside of the first round and plug him into the lineup. They expect him to be big time in this season.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 51 yards.
Listen to me.
The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out of the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. On play action, Cousins. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3-point.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky, but that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Eric Kendricks able to drop him for a loss of 4. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Flushed out right. It's caught out right by Graham. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
We always talk about our admiration for quarterbacks who can extend the life of a play and create another play off of one that appears to have broken down. Should we come up with a different term for Aaron Rodgers? Because he has taken it to a new level.
He loves life outside of the pocket, doesn't he?
He certainly does. Very comfortable out there, and he usually results in good things for Green Bay.
On first down, Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now it's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Rodgers to throw once more. Caught on the right side by Adams. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Sherrills to return it. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Wide. Zebra.
Cousins to throw it this time. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
And Graham's got it, complete. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, check 26. Zoom.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Rodgers now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah, Liz. 319, come out. 319.
Now Rodgers. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Jump out! Zoom. Yeah, Liz.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Flush to his right. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. So plenty of action. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm like, well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? This is taken about 7 yards deep. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Cousins on first down. Left side caught by Diggs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. First down, here's the run with Cook. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves spaces like they were able to exploit right there.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. And some room to roam now. 23 yards on the play. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Play fake. Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock the Alvin away and bring up second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. The hot. Black. Black. We're going. Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Carlson able to put this one through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, some good news, partner. We will not have a scoreless tie as we finally get our first points of the contest here in quarter 3.
Yeah, just a field goal, but with the way those defenses ruled in the first half, that could be a big 3-point play right there, couldn't it?
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Jumbo!
On second down, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hall. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Sherrills. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Tennessee. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to let this one go deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action. Cousins. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the own.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too. And
I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
For Kirk Cousins, it's his first touchdown pass as a Minnesota Viking. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. He's definitely making his mark early in the year from the tight end position. 2 games played, 2 touchdowns.
And from what I've seen on tape so far this year, his ability to use the fakes well, his body in the red zone, they should continue to look his way through the entire season.
Carlson now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Zoom. Yeah, this. Jump out!
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
On 1st and 10, Cousins throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They go play action here on 1st down. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
All right, now here we go, oh. Listen. Here we go.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now, anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously, a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, check 26. Jumbo. Run right. Zoom. Hey, check 26.
Rodgers going to throw again. Flushed out right. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Now it's Rodgers, and able to find Graham, complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Hey, let's go. Come on. Hurry up. Right. Yeah, Liz. Hey, check 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Vikings hands team able to recover. And that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A give. This is Cook. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Minnesota, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them. How to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my